triplet patterns. It's in a set of three, right? That's three notes in one beat. You've got 3 da, 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow. It's just the C scale. In this case, I'm just started on the 3 draw. Next one, 4 blow. Next downbeat, 4 draw. Next downbeat or first note of the triplet pattern, right? It's just the C scale. So if I just play the downbeat notes, it's just that movement scale that we worked on. Now I put the pattern in. Again, you can hear that scale. In this case, I was playing all the downbeats louder. Da, 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 da. Generally speaking, I recommend in these patterns that you play the first note of the pattern. It could be a 2-note or 3-note or 4-note or 5-note pattern. Play that first note a little bit louder. It helps you to really dial in what is the most important note. And it also, I think, just sounds cool because it helps the listener hear where the pattern is, because there's multiple patterns, isn't there? There's the movement pattern, there's the breathing pattern, and the notes of the scale that we're playing, in this case our home scale. 3 elements that make this really cool, and it's moving up or down sequentially on the instrument. That is really cool musical stuff. So generally speaking, put a little bit of emphasis on the first note of each one of your patterns. This also brings up another question about when you're playing your 3 draw and you're moving to 2 and then coming back to 3. Do you move your head? Do you move your harmonica? Do you move your jaw? Their answer is you could use all 3 of those if you wish. Let's practice the jaw just for a moment. 3 draw, 2 draw, 3 draw. The jaw works really, really well to play a note, move down and come right back. Or play a note, move up and come right back. So let's play 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Let's move up. 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 3. So you can see that and feel that it has a pretty good movement pattern of 1 hole to the left and 1 hole to the right. What if we went 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, and had that 3 draw as the center of this kind of figure 8 pattern, if we want to think of it that way. That works really well, and that's pretty accurate to the way that we use the jaw on the harmonica. We could stretch it and move over another half of a hole to another hole, but generally speaking, we use it for 1 hole. Okay, that's interesting. So how would I play this pattern in? Then you move your harmonica over to the next note of the scale, the 4 blow. So as I go to my close-up camera, you're going to notice me as I go to the note of the scale, I'm going to move my harmonica in front of my air compressor, right? In Trossingen, Germany, they have the harmonica and accordion museum, and they have their harmonica playing robot, and essentially it's an air compressor with a harmonica sitting in front on a carriage moving in front of this jet of air. That's pretty much what we do on the instrument. It makes sense that when we move, that we're really not just moving our head. If I put the harmonica straight in my mouth on the, say, around the 4th or 5th hole, we arc off the harmonica very quickly. So it's inaccurate to say that we move our head only as we play the harmonica. Our head tends to move maybe like our jaw does, a hole to 2 holes to the left, a hole to 2 holes to the right. Our jaw moves 1 hole only to the left or to the right. But generally the harmonica glides in front of us so that our angle of attack stays the same. That's actually one of our key elements that you've learned on the shakes. If I play a 3 draw, shake to 4 draw. If I play 7 draw, 8 draw shake, my angle of attack has remained the same because the harmonica moves in front of me. Does that make sense? Now I wouldn't use my jaw for that, just because that's too much work on the jaw. The jaw is fast, but you don't want to use the jaw consistently like that because you can use a shake for an entire 12 bars if you want. That would be too much lateral movement of the jaw. Anyways, going back to it, as we play on the harmonica, it generally moves in front of us. So if I play that C major scale, a little corn on the cob here, all right, as I'm playing that scale, the harmonica is moving here. Now you could do this, kind of head movement if you want. The answer is we all use a little bit of all of that, but generally speaking, the harmonica moves in front of us so that our angle of attack stays consistent, which also helps in our techniques. If you want to move quickly, one hold to the left or one hold to the right, use your jaw, or you can use your face if you want. And it's not uncommon to actually move both. So if your jaw moves and your face moves, you'll find you're able to get there even quicker. You'll find your combination that works. So let me just, for the close-up camera, play 3. I'm going to slide over to 2 with my jaw, come back to 3. I move my harmonica up to the 4th hole. My jaw moves back, just so you can kind of see this interesting walking pattern. Etc. Right? Kind of interesting, isn't it? But I'm playing that pattern, so I'm using my jaw a lot. Now, I'm just going to play without thinking about how I'm going to play it. I'm going to take my hands off the bottom so you can see what my jaw is doing. You can see that my harmonica is just gliding across my face. My jaw's moving. My face might be moving a little bit, but that generally leads to a lot of speed. Right? So when I'm playing those fast patterns, a lot of that has to do with the jaw. I hope that's, if it's not new to you, that's cool that you're aware of it, but for a lot of you, that'll probably be one of the cool tips and tricks for this lesson.